So today we'll discuss a few questions on translation and translation inhibitor. So first question, uh, during translation in prokaryotes, when ribosome reaches the termination codon is recognized by class 1 release factor RF1 and RF2. We know that the release factors is there. Release factor actually recognize the different RF1, RF2 and RF3 three release factors are there. RF1 and RF2 actually recognize the termination codon, right? So RF class 1, now you have to which one incorrect in RF1, RF2 and RF3 acts as a in the statement is given. So class 1 release factors decode the stop codon, while RF3 is a GTPase that stimulate recycling of the class 1 release factor. Yes, RF1 and RF2 actually recognize the termination codon or stop codon, and RF3 is a GTPase that stimulate the recycling of RF1. These are correct. So free RF3 now. So option 3, RF3 and RF2 share a conserved sequence. Yes, GGQ, that is glutamine, GG, glycine, and glutamines residues are there. Right now, in case of RF1 and RF2, individually possesses another stage of tripeptide sequence which are involved in recognition of termination codon. Yes, this also correct. It is this also correct. This also correct. So option 2, free RF3 has a GTP has a higher affinity for GTP than GDP. No, this is wrong. So answer will be option 2 is the answer. Now next question. So question number 2. Now, a protein has four equally spaced trypsin-sensitive sites, which results in peptide fragment A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5 upon digestion with trypsin. The peptides A2 and A5 represent N-terminal and C-terminal fragment respectively. Now, you are asked to synthesize this protein. At time t equal to 0, you added all the 20 amino acid level with C14 initiated the synthesis. Right now, at time t, full protein is synthesized. Right, in time t, the complete protein is synthesized at time t. Now we know that the peptide bond formation or amino acid synthesis occurs in N-terminus amino acid adding or amino acid are joined join or peptide bond formation occurs in N to C terminus, N terminus to C terminus, right? So here, as the here is option is given here, A2, the peptides A2 and A5. A2 is represent the N terminus, right? A2 represent the N terminus region, and C terminus is A5. So maximum HC14 level, C14 or carbon level will be in N terminus is which region? It's a A2 fragment. So that's why the answer will be option 4, that is A2 fragment. As the peptide bond formation occurs in and in here in time 1 is T1. It's not completely the whole protein is A1, A2, A3 or A5 up to A5 up to A5 synthesis is required T equal to 4, right? So that's why answer will be option 2 is the correct answer. So next question. Now question number 3. Question number 3 is the imagine the following RNA sequence. Now here is a different RNA sequence are given. These are based on the genetic code. Now there is a RNA sequence are there. this RNA sequence in mammalian cytosol and mitochondria. We know that some few exception occurs in mammalians. In case of in case of mammalian mitochondria and cytosol, there is a difference in selection of difference in codon, universal coding. There's some deviation occurs in universal codon. In case of mammalian cytosol, AUG, AUG code for methionine, AUG code for methionine, AUA code for isoleucine, isoleucine, CUG code for leucine, and UGA. There is a three stop codon, UGA, UA, and UAG, right? So three stop codons are there, UA, UAG, and UGA. Now UGA, here's the stop codon. Now in case of mammalian, these are mammalian cytosol, but in case of mammalian the mitochondria, mammalian mitochondria, AUG, AUG code for methionine, AUG code for methionine, AUA also code for methionine. AUA also code for methionine, and CUG, CUG code for leucine. UGA code for tryptophan. Generally, UGA acts as a stop codon for in cytosol. Here is UGA acting as coding for tryptophan, and CUU code for leucine. CUU code for leucine, and AGG acts as a stop codon. AGG acts as a stop codon. Right? So now see that question. Question actually now here AUG now cytosol. See that methionine, AUG isoleucine and leucine, AUA isoleucine, CUG code for leucine, that is leucine. Now this will not be in cytosol because UGA there is a stop codon. So protein cytosol will be A will be the cytosolic. Now see that here in for mitochondria AUG also code for methionine, AUG for methionine, AUA also code methionine, AUA also code methionine, CUG for leucine, but CUG leucine, and CUG leucine, and so answer will be option 2 is the correct answer. A 2 will be the correct answer, right? So next question. Another thing is that some deviation in mitochondrial genetic code. That is, first of all, we'll see here is that the GUG. First is methionine, that is AUA and AUG. AUA and AUG code for methionine. there is a deviation, and AGG and AGG, these are stop codon for mitochondria. AGG, stop codon for mitochondria, and here UGA actually scored for tryptophan instead of stop codon, right? So these are major deviation in mitochondrial genetic code. Now, next question. Now, in prokaryote, the initiator tRNA is first charged with a methionine, followed by addition of formyl group to the methionine by the enzyme made tRNA formylase. Given below are several statements in the context. Now, here is two enzymes. Basically, it is a post-translational modification occurs. Two enzymes are basically involved: deformylase and aminopeptidase. Basically, these two enzymes are very important. Deformylase deformylase actually remove the formyl group. Deformylase removes the formyl group. Removes formyl group for the amino terminal of methionine. These are correct. And another option is that see that aminopeptides often remove the amino terminal methionine. These are actually B and D are correct. So answer will be B and D. And see that these are option C. All prokaryote protein have methionine at their amino terminal end. Aminopeptides remove amino terminal formyl methionine. So answer will be B and D is the correct answer. So next question. Now, chloramphenicol is a broad-spectrum antibiotic which inhibits protein synthesis in prokaryotes. Given below are a few statements regarding the mode of action of chloramphenicol. Chloramphenicol actually inhibits peptidyl transferase activity, and always chloramphenicol for prokaryotic. Chloramphenicol inhibits peptidyl transferase activity, and it's a chloramphenicol inhibit peptidyl transferase activity of ribosome. These are correct. Chloramphenicol inhibit peptidyl transferase activity. Now, chloramphenicol basically is a prokaryotic inhibitors, translational inhibitors, and chloramphenicol binds to the domain of the 23S subunit of the ribosome, right? 23S rRNA subunit. Chloramphenicol can be used to treat. No, is the option B is not correct. Chloramphenicol competes for the binding with E site of the tRNA. No. So answer will be A and C is the correct answer. So next question. During eukaryotic protein synthesis, stress conditions result in activation of specific kinase, which leads to phosphorylation of a key translation initiation factor. Basically, during stress condition, what happens? There is a phosphorylation occurs during stress condition. There is a phosphorylation occurs in EIF2. Phosphorylation actually occurs in EIF2. EIF2 alpha. EIF2 alpha, if there is a phosphorylation occurs in EIF2 alpha which repress the initiation phase of the protein synthesis. EIF alpha, and there is a phosphorylation occurs in EIF alpha, adding phosphate inactive phosphate added and become EIF2 alpha phosphate alpha phosphate, and it's become inactive. It's a state of inactive. inactive state, right? So that's actually leads to the for prevention during stress condition. It helps to stop the protein synthesis to conserve energy, right? So next question. So its answer will be EIF2 alpha. That is 3 is the answer. Now, an antibiotic that resembles the 3' end of a charged tRNA molecule. Antibiotic that resembles 3' end of the charged tRNA. Actually, see that there is a puromycin will be the answer. Puromycin and amino acyl tRNA. There is a structural similarity. See the puromycin or here almost structural similarities there. Here only NH is there and almost there is a structural similarity with puromycin. Puromycin is the structural analog of say amino acyl tRNA or charged tRNA. Amino acyl tRNA or charged tRNA, right? So answer will be puromycin. Puromycin is the structural analog of amino acyl tRNA. Charged tRNA. Now, next question. Puromycin is an antibiotic used to inhibit protein synthesis. Given below few statement about antibiotic. Puromycin actually, puromycin is a both for prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Puromycins actually some antibiotics are work for both, like puromycin, hygromycin, both works for both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So puromycin works as an puromycin works as inhibitor for both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Both prokaryotes and eukaryotes, right? So puromycin inhibit both prokaryote and eukaryotic protein synthesis, right? So here see that. So first is that enter option A says that it enters E site of the ribosome where it prevents the release of deacetylated tRNA, deacetylated tRNA, right? So tRNA after the action of peptidyl transferase, no, these are not correct. Now it blocks the translocation process by binding the translocation factor EFG, no. Now puromycin resemble the initiated tRNA complex. No, it's a initiated tRNA complex tRNA IF-mate binds exclusively to P site. No, it's actually amino acyl tRNA. It resembles the amino acyl tRNA and binds to A site of the ribosome, right? Not the P site here. It's a D is the correct answer. Puromycin inhibits only prokaryotic protein synthesis. No, it's work for both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Puromycin inhibit both prokaryotes and eukaryote protein synthesis. So answer will be D and F is the correct answer, right?